Hello. So very often I'll have theists and agnostics tell me that agnosticism is a more reasonable stance than atheism because atheism implies certainty that a god or gods do not exist. Further, many people use the term agnostic as if it simply means being unsure or undecided on the issue of whether or not they believe a god or gods exist, as if it's some mid-ground between atheism and theism. Neither position is actually correct, as I shall attempt to explain here. I'll start by defining some terms. Theism. In short, this is the belief in at least one deity. However, because of the existence of deists, we generally don't use it as vaguely as this. In a more specific sense, theists believe in a personal God that is active in the governance and organization of the world and universe. Someone who believes in the Christian God can be correctly defined as a theist, since he or she believes in a personal God who performs miracles and answers prayers. Deism, a religious or philosophical belief that a supreme being created the universe, and that this can be determined using reason and observation of the natural world without need for faith or organized religion. Deists typically reject most supernatural events such as prophecy, miracles, or interventions by gods that suspend the laws of nature. Basically, a god who just made everything, sat back, and let things roll on their own. Some of America's founding fathers were deists, such as James Madison, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Paine, and Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson is believed to have actually gone from a Christian to a deist to an atheist based on his writings and private letters. To talk of immaterial existence is to talk of nothing. To say that human soul, angels, God are immaterial is to say they are nothings, or that there is no God, no angels, no soul. I cannot reason otherwise, but I believe I am supported in my creed of materialism by Locke, Tracy, and Stewart. At what age of the Christian Church this heresy of immaterialism, this masked atheism crept in, I do not know, but a heresy it certainly is. Atheism, the lack of belief in a deity, disbelief in theism, the absence of belief in the existence of deities. The claim that atheism is taking the position that deities do not exist is incorrect and not up to date. That position would be a subset of atheism, and I will get to that in a minute. Agnostic. The term agnostic was invented by Thomas Huxley, who stated that the answers to questions about the existence of God or gods are both unknown and fundamentally unknowable. The definition has since evolved to fit in with all the other subsets of agnosticism and atheism. In the broadest sense, an agnostic is a person who denies or doubts the possibility of ultimate knowledge in some area of study. For example, we can't know for sure if past UFO sightings were actually real aliens. However, you do not have to say this can never be known because we are addressing our position to the claim with the present knowledge. Never is not a necessary condition in order to be agnostic with respect to a knowledge claim. In the terms we're talking about, pertaining to a god, it is a person who holds that there can be no proof either way that a god does exist or does not exist. Agnostics believe that there may be a god, but that it is unknown, or inherently unknowable. Notice the "or" here. You do not have to claim it is unknowable, just that it is unknown to correctly qualify as an agnostic. Gnostic. Pertaining to knowledge. Possessing knowledge, especially esoteric knowledge of spiritual matters. Gnostics claim to know a God exists. Theism and atheism address the issues of belief. Agnosticism and Gnosticism address the issue of knowledge. Consider the two possible claims one can make regarding the existence of a God. 1. The God exists. 2. The God does not exist. Now, there are two positions you can take with respect to these claims. A. Belief or acceptance of the claim, or B. Disbelief or rejection of the claim. For claim number 1, the God exists, the theist takes the position A, belief, while the atheist takes the position B, disbelief. For claim number 2, the God does not exist, the theist takes the position B, disbelief, while the atheist can hold either position A or B, belief or disbelief, to this claim that God does not exist. Notice that the atheist has more options.